Hi everyone. Before I start posting normally again on Tuesday and Thursdays, I just want to take a moment to kind of acknowledge the position that we're in right now. Um, of course, we are all aware of the Black Lives Matter protests that have been occurring, as well as all the systemic racism and everything that's bad. We are all well aware of it, and if you are out there protesting, I hope you've been safe. If you've been signing petitions, that's wonderful. If not, go find some petitions to sign. But the main thing that I want to talk about is the black community in film. And even then, this expands to Asians in film. This expands to LGBTQ plus in film. Film is beautiful in that it is an art. It absolutely is an art. Now, you might not think of that when you watch Star Wars or whatever, but yes, it is an art. And it's one of those things where, listen, I grew up in America. I obviously grew up white, and for me, movies came from Hollywood. And if you're from America or if you are from England or somewhere similar, you understand that a lot of the media, not just movies, but a lot of the media came from Hollywood. It came from California, maybe New York, but a lot of it came from there. And there's, of course, more media than that. Parasite winning the Oscar award for Best Picture as an international film, that's amazing. And yes, there are still people that are going to be, oh, but it was in a different language or whatever, but we have to open up our minds. If you've ever been to any museum, really, any good museum will show you there's many, 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 many cultures that have existed throughout time. You can look at Egypt, you can look at Africa, you can look at the Middle East, you can look at China, you can look at Canada, the Native Americans. There is so much more culture than just Hollywood. And it's really on us to start realizing that. And I think a lot of people have realized that, but especially in the film industry, listen, hashtag Oscars so white, the fact that it had to become a hashtag, it is absolutely something that needs to be addressed. And I'm not saying that one issue is more important than the other. What I'm saying is movies in general need an overhaul. The system entirely needs an overhaul. But I got to grow up looking at movies and seeing myself in movies. I could put myself in the lead of just about any single film, and it would make sense because the lead was a white male. And so for me, I never had to question, oh, why don't I relate too much? Why don't I understand what's going on? Because I'm one of the people that the film is marketed towards and includes, which is fine, except for the fact that you then turn around and you look at all the people behind you, and you look at the people on your left and the people on your right, and they don't see themselves. There are people of different colors, of different nationalities, of different sexual orientations, such as myself, who you look at these films and you don't see yourself in them. And film is one of those places where we get to escape. We get to indulge ourselves for 2 hours and just live in that universe of whatever it may be. And if you're not able to see yourself in that universe because whoever created the universe was not considerate of you, was not inclusive of you, well, that's just not right. That's just not right. I, as Chris Movie Reviews, I'm going to do my best to be including more movies from different cultures. Not just black cultures, but from Asian cultures, from Spanish culture. I did a French language film. We need to be more cohesive. We are one human race. And movies are one of the ways that we're going to accomplish this. So I'm going to work towards making sure that I review a lot more diverse movies. I'm also going to be doing my best to be a voice. To be a voice in the film community of, hey, why is that happening? Why aren't we casting, why are these inequalities happening when they're so easy to not happen? I'm gonna do my absolute best, and I make no promises, but I happen to have this little tiny voice, and if I can use that for good, then I absolutely will. Now, of course, I want a little bit of help with this. As always, I always ask if you have a movie that you want me to review or whatever it may be. Please let me know down in the comments. Email chrismoviereviews100@gmail.com. Please, if you have something that is, I don't want to say not made by Hollywood, but it's something that celebrates different cultures, that is something that is, maybe it's directed by someone of a different culture. Maybe it is someone of who is in the LGBTQ plus community. If you send me those movies, I will absolutely do my best to review them. Yes, I've got like 250, 300 DVDs or whatever to watch, but most of those DVDs are, they're movies that were made in Hollywood. And again, that's not a bad thing. Hollywood movies are great, but Hollywood itself needs a change. So again, if you have a movie that you want me to review, please do so. Again, like I mentioned at the beginning of this, if you are someone who is either going out protesting or has been protesting, please be safe. Please. The videos that we see every day are nothing short of atrocious, and I'm sure we can all feel that there's big change coming, but we absolutely need more. Just because one person has been arrested does not mean that the system has been overhauled. That is not how this works. So please be safe. If you can, donate to some GoFundMes. I'm personally not really in a position where I have a lot of excess money. But instead, I have been donating to a whole lot of petitions. Literally just go on change.org or go on Twitter or go on Facebook, and you're going to find a whole bunch of petitions that you can sign to support, to get cases reopened, whatever it may be. And share your stuff on Instagram and Twitter, and it's truly something beautiful, what's happening in the world right now. It's sad that it has to happen, but it's beautiful that it is happening. That's really all I wanted to say. I do hope that you submit a few good movie ideas, and I'll try to get them in. I'm going to be reviewing the film Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman, which was made by Angela Robinson. She is a LGBTQ plus black filmmaker. And then I'm also going to be reviewing Mudbound on Thursday, which I'm pretty sure won the Oscar. I think, or it was at least nominated. And obviously, just because I reviewed these two movies, I'm well aware that, nothing is solved by that. But if we can bring more visibility onto black creators, onto Asian creators, onto non-white creators, then film is going to be so much more beautiful, so much more diverse. And I think the world that we live in is going to be much better for it. So thank you for listening. And keep the movement going, keep the fight up, and be safe out there. And we'll see you later.